So what do you guys think of the school shooting? That old gag. It's like a rinse and repeat. It's just unbelievable. Like literally nothing changes. We just talked about this when the shooting in Buffalo happened. I gave my whole spiel. You can go back on my podcast feed and hear it for yourself. And I even said that there'll be another one right around the corner. And here we are. And it's another school shooting with very, very young kids. And don't even think, well, this time. No, there's going to be no this time. Both sides are digging in. They don't want to listen to each other whatsoever. And you got the politicians with their thoughts and prayers. There's very few things in life that are more infuriating than a politician saying thoughts and prayers, because they know that's all they could do. Both sides, they're too scared to do anything. Nothing will change. What's the most depressing thing about this? When it's young kids, it really hits you right in the gut even more than that. This is what we're used to. Oh, the regular mass shootings are bad, but when it happens to younger kids, it really hits you in the gut. We're all getting just desensitized to all of this stuff. But the one thing that has driven me nuts about this whole thing is the fact that there's literally, and I mean literally, no empathy for the victims, the young kids, and their families. There's no empathy whatsoever. Everyone is like using this tragedy to make sure they solidify their political stance on guns in America. We have a major gun problem in America. And for anyone to deny that, you're the one that's mentally ill. Of course we have a major gun problem in America. Of course we do. And it's not an easy problem to solve. Mental health needs to be the conversation, and neither side wants to deal with it. Well, that's part of the problem. But like I made a little video on my Instagram Reels, Opie Radio on the Instagram, Opie Radio on the TikTok. A lot of people, because they don't want to focus on the guns as far as this issue goes, they focus on mental illness. And they're saying that's why there's all these mass shootings. But the problem is why that doesn't completely stick is the fact that the rest of the world doesn't have this same problem. So are you trying to tell me the rest of the world doesn't have a mental illness problem? That's part of the issue. School security is crap. I'm with you, Kenneth. I got kids in school. I'm fortunate to say that, my kids go to a school that, let's just say they take it a little more seriously than most schools out there in America. But after every one of these school shootings, at the very least, we can ramp up our schools and make them more secure. And I know we've done a little bit here and there. Now I think some of the doors finally lock. When I was growing up, you just walked in and out of schools like it was nothing. At the very least, the focus should be on making these schools like very, and I mean very, very secure. And we don't even do that for whatever reason. But at the very least, we could start there. But you know what? A couple of weeks will go by. The coverage will get off the news. The news is just despicable. They absolutely are grooming the next shooter by sensationalizing this whole thing. Of course they are. Of course they have responsibility in this. A few weeks will go by, and then, we'll start moving on and going, hey, summer's here. Football's right around the corner. And then, of course, we'll pick up our phones and see another one. And another one after that. And then the two sides, the Republicans and the Democrats, and shut up with your crap that I'm a lefty. I'm not. But they don't talk to each other. Oh, they could give terrific speeches all day long. They could get on their TikTok to get their numbers up as they're in tears talking about it. But the fact is, they got to have some serious conversations between themselves. Instead of, I'm going to talk about it over here. Well, I'm going to talk about it over here. And they don't want to face each other. I probably have made these points no less than 12 times. This was an issue that we really needed to look at before Columbine. How long was Columbine? That's like 25 years ago at this point, right? Now in the year 2022, really? It's basically impossible to solve this. So at the very least, stop making our schools a soft target. Can we do that? Can both sides get together at least and go, all right, look, you want every single gun to disappear from America. And, we want everyone to have a goddamn tank. So let's just shelve that. And let's talk about something real that maybe we could solve together. How about you have kids, I have kids. Why don't we try to make our schools airtight and as secure as possible? Can we do that at least? Are they capable of doing that? I have no idea. It's just exhausting to look at these politicians. I just despise all of them. Absolutely all of them. And nothing shows you how useless a politician is than after a mass shooting, as they just sit there on their hands. The right says mental health and then does nothing to increase care for people such as health care for all. Owning guns is a right, but not having health care. They don't give a flying F about anything until it affects them directly. God, Ferris, what are you doing for the next 5 years? You want to co-host a podcast? Yeah, I think you're right, Eton Burke. In retrospect, Sandy Hook marked the end of the U.S. Gun control debate. Once America decided killing children was bearable, it was over. Dan Hodges said that. All right, that's an absolutely great point. I had little faith, but then after the Sandy Hook thing, I was stupid, like a lot of us. Like, okay, finally, we're going to try to figure this out. And the funny thing is, if you go try to figure this out, immediately people go, "You ain't taking my guns." I just said, finally, maybe we can figure this out. Jesus, people are crazy. But after Sandy Hook, I was one of those stupid people like, okay, finally, I think this is the tipping point. And then, you had Obama at the White House with the victims' families, and he has tears in his eyes. And of course, that was fake, supposedly. I just don't have time. Why do you think I spend the majority of my time staring at an ocean, knowing there's not an asshole for hundreds, thousands of miles, and I just stare at my pole? Because I don't have time for people like that. They were fake tears. They were fake tears. Were they fake tears? But after that, I'm like, you know what? It is over, Johnny. If they aren't going to do anything significant after the Sandy Hook tragedy, they are never going to tackle this issue. And then you fast forward, I don't know how long ago Sandy Hook was. You fast forward, it happens again to children just as young, maybe even a little younger, and don't even, wow, what was that? I did a little, a little air got caught. Don't even think that they're gonna figure it out after this horrendous tragedy. But I was tricked. I'm like, all right, in America, I think we finally had enough, and we're gonna figure this out. You ain't getting. I just said we're just gonna try to figure it out. Relax. I too have a few guns. So I don't know. I don't know where we go from here. Oh, but the point was, after Sandy Hook, they didn't even make the schools that much safer. They had a few little things after Parkland. It's literally the bare minimum. Henry, we're on the same page. You're not wrong. I think there's too many guns in America, and I think we have a major gun problem in America. But this is one of my themes, and I'll say it here. We're on the same page. There are too many guns in America to actually make strict laws on them. Yeah, man, we should have done this decades ago and try to figure it out. Honest question. How come there weren't school shootings back when our generation went to school? Access to guns was still there. What has changed? I think a lot has changed. I think the the invention of like cable news and around the clock coverage and social media. Back when we had tragic things happen in our lives, we only had, this is how old I am now, 3 to 5 TV channels. So there was barely any coverage. And then the media glorifies this goddamn stuff. And then there's a kid somewhere paying close attention. And then I don't think we take care of the mental illness problem as much as we should. A lot of that has gone bye-bye. Our healthcare system has gone pretty much bye-bye. So I think it's a bunch of things. I absolutely do, because I'm not one of these dummies that think, all right, let's say we ban all guns, right? I know that's crazy, and I don't want that. Oh, look at this guy. He's mad. Are you mad? Opie's a douche. Are you mad? Am I going against your political belief? Shut up. I don't want all guns banned in America, but let's say we did. I don't think that solves the problem. Are you still mad, Mike? Jesus. There's the problem right there. No one wants to listen. No one wants to listen. They all want, to defend their political beliefs to the end. Our healthcare system is far worse than you think. No, I know how bad it is. We've gone through some things like any other family. We know how bad it is. But we're the greatest country on earth, oh. Man, if you can't even take care of your people with proper health care, but as soon as you say that, you're livid. No. Sensibly, I think as one of the most powerful and richest countries in the world, we should take care of our people with regular health care. Basic, good health care that doesn't cost a goddamn arm and a leg. Your copay is $2,500. What? I got health insurance. Yeah, but the copay. They just invented copays to grab even more money from you. Oh, they all just stink. Oh, I like what Joe says. Rant over. Oh, with a question mark? I mean, I'm fired up. I'm pissed off like everybody else. You know when you get so mad and there's nothing you can do about it, so you kind of start running in place and just punching imaginary objects? Do you do that, or is it just me? Been kind of doing that in my apartment. It's because it's just so frustrating. This dumb rant I did about guns and school shootings, I did 10 years ago. It drives you nuts when you see absolutely nothing being done about it. You ain't take it. We want just something done about it. Relax. Maybe, have an open mind. Maybe we could do something about mass shootings, and it doesn't mean taking your guns away. Ooh, interesting now, isn't it? But as soon as you say, we got to do something, it means that people are, want to go for a gun grab. It's exhausting. And that's why you'll see me all summer just casting into that ocean, knowing that the next a-hole is thousands of miles in front of me across the ocean. And that makes me feel very, very happy.